My name's Casey, and you're watching the Nindie Report. Hey, what's up, guys? Back again for another Nindie Report, this time for the month of January. Now, I know what a lot of you thought. We're finally going to be able to dip back into that backlog, polish off a couple of titles, Generally, January's a little slow after a very busy holiday rush, but boy, were we mistaken, because once again, we've got a bunch of really great games coming out on the eShop this past month. Next month, don't even get me started on that one yet, because it's lining up to be a doozy. But first, we're going to take a look at the 3 games that we think you need to know about for the month of January 2018. To kick us off, we're going to take a look at the doom and gloom world of Darkest Dungeon. This gothic-inflicted roguelike sees you exploring a procedurally generated haunted estate. Taking up with a team of 4, your goal is to explore different areas of the estate while fending off Lovecraftian fiends via turn-based battles that rely heavily on buffs and debuffs. Each character has 4 abilities with different effects, ranging from straightforward attacks to more complicated status-affecting moves. This can be a bit overwhelming at first, but a bevy of tool tips and help menus help to make it more palatable. Mixing and matching the large variety of classes provide a rich and deep battle system for those willing to dig deep enough into it. Stress is a core mechanic of both exploration and battling that helps make Darkest Dungeon stand out among the many other roguelike offerings on the Switch. Characters gain or lose stress as they wade through the dungeon, leading them to act erratically or to either gain a positive or negative affliction. This often forces your hand to actively change up your party, bringing in new heroes with different abilities for characters who are too stressed out. In between quests, stress can be reduced by praying or taking a trip down to your local brothel. While the RNG factor can be frustrating at times, building up different teams and seeing what works best together proves to be a lot of fun. Although the Switch version is the first to bring portability to the game, it also has a wonderful control scheme that allows you to bounce between touch controls and button controls on the fly. Touch controls makes for easy navigation through the menus that tend to be a little bit more of a hassle to deal with when using buttons. But even with some minor annoyances, the blend of combat, exploration, and town management adds up to a fantastic gameplay loop that's easy to find yourself getting stuck in. From Polyknight Games, we have Innerspace, a title with a unique take on the flight genre. Instead of your standard wide-open universe to explore, Innerspace takes place in the Inverse, which is a series of inverted spheres with inverted physics. Playing a little bit like Pilot Wings wrapped in a Zelda aesthetic, most of the game is played flying a plane through various caverns and swimming through underwater caves, with the goal being to collect relics and artifacts to help research the Inverse with your archaeologist companion. The first thing that will definitely catch your attention is the look and feel of the game's world. The beautifully crafted areas seem to blend seamlessly with the dynamic soundtrack, which really encompasses the player in a mesmerizing and somewhat hypnotic way. Fans of exploring and discovery should feel right at home with Innerspace. The organic nature of the game's progression will have you searching and scratching your head for what to do next, with the solution to a puzzle just around the corner waiting to be discovered. If you are a fan of exploring strange worlds, like to discover things on your own, and are in the mood for an ambient experience, you won't want to miss flying through the depths of Innerspace. Our last game has seen no short order of praise, receiving tens from numerous outlets including Nintendo World Report, but also some larger sites like IGN and Destructoid. From developer Matt Makes Games, Celeste is a beautifully crafted platformer that does something that many have failed to do before it: deliver a touching and meaningful story to go along with its tough-as-nails gameplay. Right off the bat, we're introduced to Madeline, a young woman who's struggling but is determined to overcome her demons by reaching the peak of Celeste Mountain. Despite being told she couldn't, she refuses to accept it and pushes forward. Overcoming struggles is a recurring theme throughout her journey and is portrayed wonderfully through the gameplay, because frankly, you'll be overcoming a great number of obstacles on your own Each screen acts as its own challenge, and getting to the next screen will act as a checkpoint. This works great because dying is a frequent occurrence. In fact, so frequent that the game keeps tally and lets you know just how many times it took to finally polish off that stage. While deaths occur all the time, the downtime is minimal and getting right back into the action is seamless. With demanding platforming being a focal point of Celeste, it does run the risk of scaring away less skilled gamers. However, an easy setting helps alleviate that, giving everyone the tools to see the game through. But they also take into account that people might want more of a challenge, and with the B-sides, that's exactly what you'll get. B-sides are hidden within each level, and finding the tape will give the option to revisit each stage with an insane remix that will put even the most skilled gamers to shame. Pair all of this with a wonderful art direction and some great sound design, and you're left with a game we'll likely be talking about come December with Game of the Year discussions. Alrighty, there you have it. 3 of the very best games over on the eShop from the month of January. Of course, as always, they are not the only Nindies over there. Be sure to check every week. There are games coming out, games getting announced literally a couple days before release, like Necrodancer was just a couple days ago. Now, I want to make sure you guys check back next month because February is lining up to be an unbelievable month. We've got Owlboy, Faye, all these great games. Dandara just came out recently. Now, these are a lot of great games that I have a feeling we're going to be touching on a little bit next week. I don't know exactly which 3 yet, but I promise you it will be one you will not want to miss because it's going to be great. Now, thanks again, guys, for checking out the video this month. I really appreciate it. If you could like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. You guys know the deal by now. It will be greatly appreciated. Make sure to keep it locked here on Nintendo World Report TV for all of the latest and greatest on Nindies and everything Nintendo. Make sure to check NintendoWorldReport.com for the written word. And until next time, keep playing those Nindies.